to get the ball rolling for Inter Miami in this first half. They will be kicking from left to right. And we are underway at the Red Bull Arena. First touch for Sergio Busquets, who floats it out to the right-hand side, and the ball drifts out for a throw-in to the New York Red Bulls, which is quickly taken by Kyle Duncan. Now played all the way back by Inter Miami's Thomas Eile, and then the ball is sent forward into the New York Red Bulls box, but it's easily picked up for Miura, the American goalkeeper for the New York Red Bulls. As the ball is fired downfield. Of course, the conditions out there making the ball skid across the turf as the ball goes out on the far side for what will be a first throw in for Inter Miami. Now the ball is played over to the left hand side, space for Noah Allen, and a first touch for Jordi Alba, who has decided to wear black gloves for today's encounter, given the conditions, as Allen floats the ball forward, but it's straight through to the New York Red Bulls goalkeeper Miura, who plays it back downfield. Now Jordi Alba all the way back this time to CJ Dos Santos, the standing goalkeeper for Inter Miami, their preferred number 2, as Luis Suarez takes a tumble just short of the halfway line. Ball is thrown in by Jordi Alba, who gets it back on his left foot and then plays it all the way back to Serhij Krivistov, I should say. Robert Taylor now plays it back to Eile. Krivistov again. This is Noah Allen. Back to his fellow teammate, the Ukrainian and very experienced Krivistov. Krivistov this time floats it forward, and the ball isn't kept in by Robert Taylor, and it will be a throw-in now to the home side New York Red Bulls. Ball is put out by Robert Taylor. It will be a throw-in from the left-hand side in the middle of the Inter Miami half. Now this time it's picked up by Ranke Amaya, played out to the right-hand side. Ball is flicked on. Great chance now. Lewis Morgan goes for goal, and it's the first goal of the match. Lewis Morgan is the player who's got it. We talked about the Scots before the start of the encounter, how prolific he was, and he showed it inside 3 minutes in this encounter. The ball was flicked on into the path of the former Inter Miami forward, and he guided it low past CJ Dos Santos in the Inter Miami goal. The ball was played forward. It was a nice ball in the end by Amaya, and it was flicked on rather neatly into the path of Morgan, who took it on himself from inside the 18-yard box on his right foot and guided it into that bottom right-hand corner. No chance for CJ Dos Santos, and the New York Red Bulls have left off on home soil. Now the ball is fired towards goal by Luis Suarez as he looked to get Inter Miami back level on terms right from the off, and this time ball is played inside the Inter Miami half. Picked up now by Sergio Busquets. Now Jordi Alba's got space. Gets the ball back from Sunderland. Alba down the Inter Miami left-hand side. Chips it forward. Chance perhaps for Luis Suarez, who is adjudged to have fouled. New York Red Bulls number 4, that is Andreas Reyes, one of 3 players in the New York Red Bulls ranks who previously plied their trade with Inter Miami. As the rain continues to team down in New York and inside the Red Bull Arena. 5 minutes gone. New York Red Bulls leading Inter Miami by a 1-0. Now the ball is played all the way back to Dos Santos, who plays it short out to his right-hand side. Helped on this time by Thomas Avilés, and now the ball is inside the New York Red Bulls half with Jordi Alba, who's looking for options. Plays it short to Luis Suarez and then gets the ball back. This time Sergio Busquets plays it over to the left-hand side and it drifts out of play for a New York Red Bulls throw in. Referee's just having a word or two with Jordi Alba, given it looks as though the experienced fullback had kicked the ball away when New York Red Bulls were ready to take the throw in. So throwing now to the New York Red Bulls down their right-hand side. Long throw, which is headed down by Sergio Busquets. This time it's played forward by Dante, the New York Red Bulls forward, and free kick is awarded to Inter Miami, which Krivistov takes. Now Inter Miami have it again down their left-hand side with Jordi Alba. Noah Allen looks for options and brings it forward. This time on to Alba again. Inter Miami have it with Suarez, who plays it across field. Nice ball to pick out Robert Taylor. A chance for a cross. Taylor's ball is a rather deep one, but it's out of play, and it will be a goal kick now to the New York Red Bulls. But it really is treacherous conditions. The rain rather heavy, making it very difficult out there for both sets of players. And as the goal kick is taken by Miura, the New York Red Bulls goalkeeper, headed down this time by Sergio Busquets, but straight out of play for a throw-in on the halfway line to New York Red Bulls down their left. Duncan takes it. Nice ball to pick out Dante, whose flick sets up Lewis Morgan for his goal. This time the ball is into the area and it's easily dealt with by Jordi Alba, and then Robert Taylor plays it against a New York Red Bulls body. And now Jordi Alba has it down the right-hand side, the Inter Miami right-hand side. He needs to get back into position. The experienced fullback, it looks as though he swaps sides, Jordi Alba. Jordi Alba now has come over to the right-hand side. So it means Robert Taylor has taken up his place on the left-hand side of the defence. And now New York Red Bulls have the ball inside their half. Space now for them to bring it forward centrally and all the way back to Frank Amaya. Amaya has it inside the Red Bulls half, out to his right-hand side. Played on by Andreas Reyes, who then gets the ball back from his fellow teammate Dylan Nealis. And now Amaya again, looking for options. Plays it forward, but straight out of play for an Inter Miami throw-in down their left-hand side. Inside the New York Red Bulls half. But it was nice play by the home side to get the ball to Lewis Morgan. And the former Celtic player did the rest. Now Now the ball is put out of play deep inside the New York Red Bulls half from the right-hand side, just short of the corner flag. Throw in now to Inter Miami, taken by Robert Taylor. Now Sergio Busquets battling for it. And this time the ball is picked up by Inter Miami, but the referee has blown for a free kick to the New York Red Bulls. Free kick which will be taken from inside their half, from the right-hand side of the centre circle. There's a foul by Serhii Krivistov, the very experienced Ukrainian centre-back. He joined the club from Shakhtar Donetsk at the end of last season. Lewis Morgan back to his feet. The New York Red Bulls goal scorer. Free kick will be taken and fired forward by Sean Nealis, who is in fact the skipper for New York Red Bulls and the brother of Dylan Nealis, the New York Red Bulls right back. Throwing two into Miami down their right. Now the ball is with CJ Dos Santos, the goalkeeper. Noah Allen can bring it forward. This time Robert Taylor sends it forward down the left-hand side. Jordi Alba, chance for a cross. Alba's ball in, and out comes the goalkeeper Miura to claim in his grasp. It was an inviting ball in by Jordi Alba. He had Luis Suarez inside the area who was ready to pounce should Miura have spilled it. Now into Miami, look to find a way forward. The ball is given away though now to Andreas Reyes. He plays it out to his right onto Peter Stroud. Now the ball is all the way back to Andreas Reyes again. Former Inter Miami defender plays it onto his goalkeeper. They gets the ball back. Looking for options. Chips it over the halfway line and the ball is headed on by Dante. Now Lewis Morgan looked to flick the ball on, but he got it all wrong, the Scottish forward. But a free kick has been awarded to Inter Miami. Free kick which Jordi Alba will take. Short to Sergio Busquets. Now the ball is with Thomas Avileth. Now Krivistov at the back. Plays it out to his left-hand side. Helped on, and now Jordi Alba plays it over the halfway. Luis Suarez battling for it, but New York Red Bulls bring it forward and the ball drifts out, and the last touch was off a Inter Miami body, and it will be the first corner of the match for New York Red Bulls from the left-hand side, and a chance perhaps for the home team to test CJ Dos Santos in the Inter Miami goal. Looks as though it will be Frankie Amaya to take the corner from the left-hand side. The rain continues to pour down in New York. Frankie Amaya, with the bright green boots, puts the ball down on the spot and sends it deep into the mix, and it's punched clear by Dos Santos. But now it's recovered by the New York Red Bulls, who have it down their right. Ball is chipped into the area, and this time it's dealt with by the Inter Miami defence, and the referee has brought play back because an offside is the decision. Free kick now to Inter Miami. Now Jordi Alba sends it forward. Ball is given away by Sergio Busquets. Picked up by New York Red Bulls again. Now Robert Taylor wins it back. Luis Suarez out to Robert Taylor. This time, the New York Red Bulls have it down their left-hand side as Inter Miami look to win the ball back, and Sandro Schwartz was hoping the referee was going to award a free kick to his side, but play continues. Inter Miami have it now over halfway, but the ball is given away once again by Sergio Busquets, and now it's in the centre circle over the halfway line, sent forward this time by Carmona, and then the ball is given away and recovered by Julian Gressel, played forward by Robert Taylor and held up rather neatly by Leandro Campagna. The ball is fizzed over to the left hand side with Luis Suarez chasing it down, but it's cleared away by the New York Red Bulls goalkeeper Miura. This time it's played out to the left hand side. Jordi Alba centrally to Sergio Busquets inside the New York Red Bulls half, and then Busquets looked to play it back to Jordi Alba, who turns and applauds his former Football Club Barcelona teammate. The ball skids off the surface and drifts out for a goal kick. The rain continues to team down. And you can just tell by the shirts of the players how treacherous the conditions are as the ball is played all the way back, and it's picked up now by New York Red Bulls, who play it over halfway, and this time it's won back by Sunderland. Jordi Alba now inside the Inter Miami half. "16 minutes played. New York Red Bulls still leading Inter Miami by a 1-0. Goal from Lewis Morgan, which separates these two teams. Krivistov chips the ball deep inside the Red Bulls half, but it's easily dealt with and picked up now by Sean Nealis, the skipper, who then plays it out towards the right hand side, but it drifts out for what will be an Inter Miami throw in down their left inside the away team's half. Now this is Eile onto his fellow centre back partner Krivistov. The Ukrainian gives it back to Eile. Now this is Robert Taylor, the Finnish right wing back in the Inter Miami ranks. Back to Dos Santos, the goalkeeper, standing goalkeeper for Inter Miami, given Drake Callender is away on international duty with the USA. Now Krivistov out to the left hand side. Jordi Alba sends it over halfway, and now the ball is given away once again as New York Red Bulls come forward inside the Inter Miami half centrally. Ball is chipped forward, and it was a nice idea and a rather wasteful ball in the end, and quickly thrown out by Dos Santos. Now Campagna, the Ecuador international, gets it back, and this time a throw-in to Inter Miami, but there was 4 players forward, in fact, in that attack for New York Red Bulls before the ball was given away. Now Jordi Alba over halfway inside the New York Red Bulls half. Continues to play it forward. Nice play. Inter Miami have it on the edge of the area. Luis Suarez battling to win it back, but this time New York Red Bulls clear their lines. It's end-to-end stuff as things stand at the Red Bull Arena. In rather torrential rain, it's fair to say. Thomas Eile plays it out to Noah Allen. Now Inter Miami come forward again inside the Red Bulls half. Jordi Alba collects the ball up and comes in centrally. Gives it to Sergio Busquets, who's looking for options. Plays it out to his left-hand side, helped on by Sunderland. This time Sergio Busquets plays it out to his left, to his right-hand side, I should say. Picked up by Eile, who then gets the ball back from Lawson Sunderland. Now this is Krivistov. Krivistov out to his left-hand side. Inter Miami happy to play keep ball in these opening 20 minutes as they look to find a route back into this contest. Now Thomas Eile onto Krivistov. Eile again, this time out to Dos Santos, who played it out to his left just before Dante could take the ball off his foot. And now Sergio Busquets inside the Inter Miami half, out to his right-hand side. Sunderland plays it forward, held up by Campagna, who goes down under a challenge. But play continues. Now Inter Miami look to come forward with Luis Suarez, who's battling for it. But the ball breaks to Jordi Alba, who goes for goal and wasn't far away. Luis Suarez wanting the free kick in the end for that foul on Leandro Campagna, but the advantage was played and the ball broke to Jordi Alba, who fired his effort over the crossbar of Miora's goal in the end. But that's the best opportunity so far for Inter Miami. Jordi Alba not being able to keep his effort down. Inter Miami seeing plenty of the possession in these opening 21 minutes. They have in fact had the better passing accuracy and have made twice as many passes the New York Red Bulls, but it is of course the score that counts, and the New York Red Bulls still leading Inter Miami by that 1-0. As the ball is played out on the far side, it will be a throw-in now to the New York Red Bulls inside the Inter Miami half from the right. Ball is eventually thrown in and held up by Lewis Morgan, and then played against Lewis Morgan by Jordi Alba. Throw in now to Inter Miami inside their half from the left-hand side. Alba to Busquets. Now this is Noah Allen. Plays it into the path of Krivistov. Now Eile tries to send it forward, and he plays it against the New York Red Bulls left-hand sided midfielder Vilkman Carmona. And now the ball is cleared downfield by Eile, and this time Luis Suarez goes down on the halfway line. He wants the referee to brandish a yellow card, but that won't be the case, and it will be a free kick though to Inter Miami, which Sergio Busquets will take. A short one over to the left-hand side, gets the ball back, the experienced Barcelona-born midfielder. Now the ball is given away, and it's won back though by Inter Miami, and Jordi Alba thought the throw-in was an Inter Miami throw-in, but the referee has in fact awarded it to the New York Red Bulls. Sunderland battling for it. It did look as though it would be a throw-in to the Herons. Instead, it's a throw-in on the halfway line down the right to the New York Red Bulls as the ball is played forward. Now this is Lewis Morgan, the goal scorer. Nice hold-up play by the Scot. Plays it into the path of his teammate Dante. Crosses it rather dangerously in the area, and it's dealt with by the experienced Ukrainian Serhii Krivistov, and it will be another corner to the New York Red Bulls from the left-hand side. Now it looks as though Luis Suarez has picked up a yellow card for something that he said towards the referee. He's clearly very animated, the experienced Uruguayan, who's being told to calm down by his teammates. And now the corner can be taken with Frank Amaya to deliver. Ball is a rather deep one and it's headed down, and this time the referee blows his whistle because it will be a free kick to Inter Miami inside their 18-yard box. It was in fact for dissent, why Luis Suarez picked up the yellow card in the end. Now the ball is played forward, picked up by Julian Gressel. He plays it over the halfway line. Campagna gives it away when he was looking to pick out his teammate Robert Taylor. But this time Taylor looks to win it back, and he's given away once again. Space now for Carmona, who takes a tumble but no foul. Now Campagna, and this time a free kick's awarded to Inter Miami in a central position inside the New York Red Bulls half, and Sergio Busquets wanted to quickly take it, but the referee was having none of it. And this time the New York Red Bulls look to come forward down their right. The ball is held up and then put out of play for a throw-in to Inter Miami inside their half from the left, just short of the halfway line. Now Jordi Alba gets the ball back, plays it into the path of Julian Gressel. Gressel fires it out to the right-hand side, and this time it's not dealt with, and Robert Taylor battling for it, and Suarez went for goal in the end from the right-hand side of the 18-yard box. The conditions just held the ball up for Robert Taylor, and Suarez hit it first time on his left foot, and it was wide of Miora's goal in the end. But first sight of goal for the talismanic Uruguayan Luis Suarez. Sure, he'll have plenty of more opportunities in this clash. Luis Suarez still going on about that previous decision as the ball is floated down and then sent forward. And now New York Red Bulls come forward inside the Inter Miami half. The ball is down the left-hand side, just short of the 18-yard box. Space, though, for Carmona, who's managed to hold off several Inter Miami players. Now the ball is centrally picked up now by Sean Nealis, the skipper. Again, New York Red Bulls have it centrally inside the Inter Miami half as they look to double their advantage. Ball is played out to the right-hand side by Frank Amaya. Ball is sent forward. Great opportunity! Oh, it's wide! That was a great opportunity for the New York Red Bulls to double their lead. Frank Amaya played the ball out to the right-hand side, and it was a lovely 1-2 involving Lewis Morgan, and the shot was dragged wide in the end. This time it was Dante who took it on, and it's wide of that right-hand post of CJ Dos Santos' goal, but that is of course what the New York Red Bulls are capable of, and it's a let-off for Inter Miami, who, despite having most of the possession and have had twice as many passes, have looked second best so far. Now Carmona looks to go for goal, and his effort takes a deflection off Krivistov, and it will be a corner now to the New York Red Bulls from the left-hand side. Half an hour gone at a very rainy Red Bull Arena, and it's the home side that lead the away team into Miami by a 0-0. But of course there's plenty of time left to play for Inter Miami to get back into things. Corner which is taken from the left for the New York Red Bulls, punched clear by CJ Dos Santos, and the referee has blown for a free kick to Inter Miami, which is played short by the goalkeeper. Now this is Noah Allen into the path of Sergio Busquets. Now Krivistov out to Thomas Eile, who gives it back to the Ukrainian inside the Inter Miami 18-yard box, looking for options. This time Noah Allen plays it out to the left-hand side. Jordi Alba into the path of Campagna. Now Sergio Busquets chips it out to the right-hand side. Space for Thomas Eile. Eile plays it down the right and then gives the ball away. Now this time the ball is chipped forward and New York Red Bulls are in here. This is Dante, still Dante, and it's wide. It's another good opportunity for the home team. It's another good opportunity for Dante. His second chance of the match. And again, Inter Miami's defence living dangerously at the back, allowing Dante the time to twist and turn into the 18-yard box. And he drags his shot wide, this time to the left of CJ Dos Santos's post. Now Inter Miami have the ball inside their half down the right, picked up by Robert Taylor. The Finland international gives the ball away, and then the ball is given away by Peter Stroud, the New York Red Bulls midfielder. And Inter Miami have it, and then the ball is put out of play by Lawson Sunderland. Throwing now to the New York Red Bulls inside the Inter Miami half down the left-hand side. Throw-in which is taken, headed down by Krivistov. Sunderland battling for it. This time this is Frank Amaya out to his left, and this time a rather strange pass which has found a New York Red Bull's body, and the ball is played down the right hand side. Lewis Morgan gives it away. Now Jordi Alba on to Julian Gressel. Both teams giving the ball away. Now New York Red Bulls have it inside the Inter Miami half down the left hand side. Ball is played forward. Now Lewis Morgan looks to take an effort on, and he manages to do that, but it takes a deflection and drifts out for another New York Red Bulls corner from the left-hand side. But the New York Red Bulls have been the better of the two teams in this first half, despite not having the most of the possession or passes. Plenty of work at half-time for Gerardo Martino's men. Of course, Inter Miami without Lionel Messi following that hamstring injury. As the corner is about to be delivered from the left-hand side into the Inter Miami 18-yard box. It's a rather deep one which is headed away by Krivistov, the Ukrainian centre-back. Throw in now to the New York Red Bulls inside the Inter Miami half down the right-hand side. 12 minutes of normal time left to play in this first half. The New York Red Bulls still leading Inter Miami by 1-0. That Lewis Morgan strike which separates the two teams as the New York Red Bulls come forward again on the attack. This is Frank Amaya in a central position, plays it forward. Now Carmona out to his left hand side, chance for a ball into the area, and it's a rather hit and hopeful one by Kyle Duncan, who got it all wrong in the end and straight into the gloves of CJ Dos Santos, who has the ball, the Inter Miami second choice goalkeeper. Plays it out to his right hand side. Now Robert Taylor Ball is out to the left this time, and Noah Allen has it. Plays it into the path of Sergio Busquets. Now the space for Krivistov, who looks up and plays it out to the right-hand side. Now this is Thomas Eile, centrally into the path of Busquets. He plays it over halfway, held up by Julian Gressel, but he gives the ball away. Now Inter Miami come forward inside the New York Red Bulls half down the right-hand side. This is Julian Gressel, chips it forward. Can Robert Taylor latch onto it? No, he can't. The New York Red Bulls win it back. Now this is Duncan. Space for a ball to be played forward, and it comes off Duncan, and it will be a throw-in now to Inter Miami down their right-hand side. And now they have it in the centre circle with Noah Allen, who gets it back from Jordi Alba. Now Thomas Eile sends it over the halfway, looks to get the ball back, but it's given away by Julian Gressel. Now Kyle Duncan. Space now for Frank Amaya. The New York Red Bulls midfielder plays it forward, but in doing so gives it away. Now there's space perhaps for Julian Gressel, who gives it away once again. Now Robert Taylor crosses it in from the right-hand side. Easily dealt with, though, by the head of Andreas Reyes. Now Jordi Alba down the left-hand side, and he plays it against a New York Red Bulls body, and he goes down under a challenge. It's just feeling the effects of that coming together, and is holding his left ankle, the experienced fullback. Looks as though it was a foul by Dylan Nealis. It was a rather accidental coming together, though, but Jordi Alba continues to vent his frustration towards the referee and is now back to his feet, hobbling towards the 18-yard box as he looks to join the Inter Miami attack, which will be taken from this corner. Ball which will be whipped in from the left-hand side by Julian Gressel. Serhij Krivistov out from the back, and this time it's a low one. Gressel delivers it, and it's overhit in the end and drifts out for a goal kick. It was a rather poor ball in from the corner by Julian Gressel, and he got his second attempt all wrong when he got the ball back, and it was overhit, and it's fair to say Luis Suarez doesn't look best pleased. It certainly is miserable conditions, and so far it's a miserable day for all those involved with Inter Miami, as their team still trail the New York Red Bulls by 1-0. Now the ball is inside the centre circle, played towards the right-hand side by Krivistov. Now it's cut out by Sergio Busquets, who plays it forward and then gives it away. This time the New York Red Bulls chip the ball downfield. Space for Dante, who's picked it up. Dante looking to pick out Lewis Morgan, and it was watched all the way by Noah Allen. And now Jordi Alba brings it over the halfway line, plays it out to the left-hand side. Space now for Luis Suarez, plays it into the path of Jordi Alba. Ball is chipped forward, and this time headed up in the air, and Luis Suarez is in an offside position, so he didn't go and attempt to win the ball, and it will be a goal kick now to the New York Red Bulls with just 6 minutes of normal time left to play at the end of this first half. And of course, no Lionel Messi, no Federico Redondo for Inter Miami. The ball is played forward, and now this time it's won back by Lewis Morgan, who can drift forward inside the Inter Miami half, and it's won back, and now this is Frank Amaya. Can the New York Red Bulls double their advantage before the break, or can Gerardo Martino's Herons equalise before half-time? Robert Taylor with the Inter Miami throw-in down their right-hand side. The ball is fired forward by Serhij Krivistov, but given straight back to the New York Red Bulls, who have it in the centre circle and now bring it forward over halfway. This time, it's over to Frank Amaya. Ball is out to the left-hand side. Dante on the left of the Inter Miami 18-yard box. Now space for Carmona centrally. Now this is Peter Stroud. Again, New York Red Bulls come forward. Frank Amaya. He gives the ball away though now. Straight to Julian Gressel, who was looked to play it through to Leandro Campagna, but it cannons back into the hands of the New York Red Bulls. Now Frank Amaya on to Kyle Duncan, who gets the ball back. Duncan once again down the left-hand side of the Inter Miami half, and the ball drifts out for a throw-in to the New York Red Bulls. The home team happy to just run the clock down in these final 3 minutes or so. Throwing once again to the New York Red Bulls, this time deep inside the Inter Miami half from the left. Duncan with the throw in. This time a shot is fired on inside the area. It was a rather nice idea in the end by Frank Amaya, who looked to get on the score sheet, the New York Red Bulls midfielder. The ball was headed down into his path, and he took it on with his left foot from inside the area. And now the ball is up in the air inside the Inter Miami half, just short of the 18-yard box, down the right-hand side, held up by Lewis Morgan, and Inter Miami wanted a throw in, and the linesman on the far side had awarded it to the New York Red Bulls, but the referee overruled his decision, and it will be a throw in to Inter Miami, which is taken by Jordi Alba. Now the ball is on to Robert Taylor. It gives it to Thomas Avilez, and this time the ball drifts out on the just short of the corner flag down the New York Red Bulls left-hand side inside the Inter Miami half. And now an opportunity once again for Kyle Duncan at the long throw. Instead he opts to play it short. Held up now by the New York Red Bulls number 12, Dylan Nealis. We're about to find out how many minutes will be added on in this first half, and Kyle Duncan with the throw-in once again. This time Dante can't pick it up, and Inter Miami look to find a way out. Luis Suarez on to Leandro Campagna, who's done well. Robert Taylor, now there's an opportunity for Inter Miami. Bring it forward deep inside the New York Red Bulls half from the left as the ball is chipped in from Jordi Alba. And it's picked up though on the right hand side this time by Robert Taylor into the path of Sergio Busquets. Plays it back now to Thomas Avilez. Thomas Eile now back into the Inter Miami half. Krivistov back to Eile, who then chips it down towards the right-hand side. Sergio Busquets, Campagna, now Taylor. This is promising from Inter Miami. Ball is chipped over to the right-hand side. Luis Suarez. Luis Suarez looks to go for goal, and this time it's gathered by Miura. He was looking to catch Miura off guard. Luis Suarez would have been a similar goal to one of his two which he scored against DC United last time out. A cheeky dink from the left-hand side of the 18-yard box. And now New York Red Bulls having it deep inside the Inter Miami half. This is Amaya, plays it out to his right-hand side. This time gets it back and then flicks it on into the path of Dennis Cienga. Now a free kick is awarded to New York Red Bulls. 1 minute was added on, and we have nearly played that 1 minute. Free kick though just over the halfway line to the New York Red Bulls down their right hand side as the ball is chipped forwards. This time it's out of play, and it will be a throw in to Inter Miami. Throw in which will be taken by Jordi Alba, and that will surely be the last piece of action. It is. The referee draws a close to the end of this first half. A half which has seen very limited opportunities between both teams, but it is the New York Red Bulls who lead at the break. That goal from Lewis Morgan, which separates these teams on match day 6 of the new MLS season. Half time at the Red Bull Arena. It is the New York Red Bulls 1, Inter Miami 0. For the start of what will be a very interesting 45 minutes, given that the New York Red Bulls are in the lead as things stand by 1-0 against the league high flyers Inter Miami. That goal from Luis Morgan on 3 minutes, the former Inter Miami striker, back to haunt his former employers for his new side, the New York Red Bulls. Luis Morgan, of course, formerly of Celtic, before swapping Scottish football for the stateside. Both sets of players engage in a team huddle at the start of this second half. It is also worth mentioning that Inter Miami are without Lionel Messi. That is due to a hamstring problem, and they do have several absentees following the international break, which has seen the likes of Drake Callender, their #1 goalkeeper, away on international duty with the USA. Gerardo Martino, the very experienced Argentinian 61-year-old, having a conversation with the referee just before the second 45 minutes gets underway. And just before the two teams entered their dressing rooms, Leandro Campagna, I should say, had to be pulled away by some of the Inter Miami coaching staff. There was a little bit of a scuffle involving the New York Red Bulls right back Dylan Nealis, but tempers certainly high at the end of the first half, and both players are now have calmed down, and we are just waiting for a referee to get the game underway. It is torrential rain in New York, which has certainly played a part. The conditions with the ball holding up and then eventually skidding away from players in certain areas of the pitch. It's a miserable day, it's fair to say, in New York, and so far it's a miserable day for Inter Miami, who trail by 1-0 as it looks as though there will be no changes at the start of this second half. Luis Suarez with that opportunity for Inter Miami. He went close, just firing wide of the New York Red Bulls goal from just outside of the 18-yard box from the left-hand side. It will be the New York Red Bulls to get the second half underway. They're kicking from left to right, and we are back underway at the Red Bull Arena as the ball is played over to the right-hand side, and it immediately drifts out for a early throw-in of this second half to Inter Miami, with Jordi Alba to take it down their left-hand side. Ball is played out towards Noah Allen, who goes down, and he wins his side a free kick just by the corner flag. Jordi Alba just making sure the ball has not gone flat as he squeezes it and kicks it up in the air. An experienced fullback who's donning black gloves for this afternoon's encounter, and he gives the ball straight to the New York Red Bulls, who come forward, and this time Serhij Krivistov is there, and he goes down under a challenge. It will be a free kick now to Inter Miami inside their half, just over the 18-yard box. Now the Herons come forward down their left-hand side. Space for Noah Allen, who decides to play it out to his right-hand side, and this time Robert Taylor, the Finland international, plays it forward. Gets the ball back. Now Sergio Busquets, deep inside the New York Red Bulls half. This time the ball is out to the right-hand side. Robert Taylor once again. This time Krivistov picks out Noah Allen. The ball is now down the left-hand side with Jordi Alba into the path of Sergio Busquets, in a central position over the halfway line and inside the New York Red Bulls half. Now Noah Allen looks up, delivers the ball forward, headed down, and now Luis Suarez is battling for it, and out comes the New York Red Bulls goalkeeper Miura to gather, who's not had much to do. Miura, the goalkeeper for the New York Red Bulls. It is in fact CJ Dos Santos, the Inter Miami standing goalkeeper, who's had the most work so far, as Inter Miami have it inside their half but give it away. Now the New York Red Bulls can come forward. Space perhaps for Frank Amaya, and now the ball is all the way back to CJ Dos Santos. Now this is Krivistov, the experienced former Shakhtar Donetsk centre-back, plays it forwards. Now this is Sergio Busquets, who traps the ball and then looks up before playing it out to his right-hand side. Robert Taylor dinks the ball forward, and Lawson Sunderland is chasing it down, but it runs through straight to goalkeeper Miura, who claims. Just that one goal so far. Lewis Morgan finding the back of the net against his former team, as Miura kicks it deep inside the Inter Miami half. Now there's space down the right hand side, but a free kick is awarded because Noah Allen has been fouled inside the Inter Miami 18-yard box, and the Herons quickly want to get play back underway, but the referee has other options. Now Inter Miami do play the ball out from the back. This is Krivistov, plays it back to CJ Dos Santos, the second choice goalkeeper for Gerardo Martina's men. Now the ball is given away. Space perhaps for the New York Red Bulls down their left hand side, deep in the Inter Miami half, but it's a ball which drifts out for a Inter Miami goal kick. Frank Amaya it was who got the ball cut up under his feet. Now this is Krivistov, plays it back to his goalkeeper Dos Santos. Now out to the left hand side, Noah Allen onto Jordi Alba. Now Busquets, back to Allen, who looks up for options and manages to pick out Robert Taylor. Robert Taylor this time does the sensible option and plays it back to Krivistov. Space now for Sergio Busquets, who brings it forward inside the Inter Miami half. Over halfway and down the left to Jordi Alba. Promising by Inter Miami, who, as I mentioned in the first half, seen twice as much possession and twice as many passes as New York Red Bulls, but it is the home side that lead, and they could double their advantage now, and they do so in emphatic style. It's a bright start to the second half by the home team, who have got a second goal. It was a lovely finish in the end to deceive goalkeeper CJ Dos Santos. No chance for the stand-in Inter Miami goalkeeper. The ball was given away in the end by Krivistov, and Dante played it into the path of his forward. It was a nice ball and finished off in the end by none more so than Luis Morgan, who gets his second of the encounter. Firing low past CJ Dos Santos into the left-hand corner. Two opportunities for Luis Morgan and two goals for the Scots. And now Inter Miami having all to do in this second 45 minutes, as the ball is played forward and given away once again. Now New York Red Bulls come forward, and a shot is fired in, and it's over the crossbar and out for a Inter Miami goal kick, and it was Luis Morgan again who took the effort on. He is certainly beaming with confidence following those two goals, as he looks to go in search of a third, which would mean he takes the match ball home with him. But a free kick is awarded to Inter Miami this time inside the New York Red Bulls half, as Luis Suarez goes down and is back to his feet, but is hobbling to make his way towards the 18-yard box. The New York Red Bulls 18-yard box, throwing two Inter Miami down their left-hand side, deep in the New York Red Bulls half. Now this is Krivistov, plays it out to the right. Julian Gressel sends it forward. Space for Robert Taylor. who, as mentioned, is making his 83rd appearance in all competitions today for Inter Miami, the most by any player in the club's. Just wait a moment, because New York Red Bulls came forward. The most appearances by anybody in the Inter Miami club's history. It was Thomas Eile who gave the ball away, and the ball was slipped through into the path of Dante before Lewis Morgan did the rest to make it 2-0. Throw in to Inter Miami, which is played forward by Jordi Alba. And again, the referee pulls play back as he has a word or two with Kyle Duncan, the fullback for the New York Red Bulls, and Luis Suarez vents his frustration again. He wants to quickly get proceedings back underway, but he's got to watch his step, Luis Suarez. He's already been booked in the first half following dissent towards the referee. And now the ball is played all the way back to CJ Dos Santos, sent forward this time by Noah Allen down the left, and Jordi Alba is chasing it down and manages to get his cross in. Picked up now by Luis Suarez. Centrally to Sergio Busquets, who gets the ball back. Now Julian Gressel. On to Busquets, looking for options. Plays it out to the left-hand side. Picked up by Jordi Alba. Alba forward into the path of Robert Taylor. Now Noah Allen. Space for the Inter Miami defender. The ball is played out towards the right-hand side this time. Thomas Eile into the path of Robert Taylor. Now Sergio Busquets. Lawson Sunderland onto Noah Allen. This is better play by the Herons as the ball is crossed in by Jordi Alba, and it's easily dealt with in the end by the New York Red Bulls, who managed to clear it away, but straight to Leandro Campagna. The 21-year-old Ecuadorian striker then gives the ball away himself. The New York Red Bulls come forward now down the left-hand side, deep in the Inter Miami areas. The ball is whipped in rather dangerously, and it was met in the end by Dennis Zaingar and eventually cleared away. Jordi Alba has it now for Inter Miami as the Herons go in search of a goal. This time it's out to the right-hand side, played back by Robert Taylor. Now Krivistov on to Allen, who brings it forward on his left foot, looking for options, and then plays it against Luis Suarez, who immediately turns towards his teammates and gives them a few words or two as the ball is chipped in the area, and this time Sergio Busquets clears it away. But he certainly does look very animated, it's fair to say, Luis Suarez, as he vents frustration towards his teammates. Now Kyle Duncan, the Red Bulls left back, plays it back over inside his half. Now the Red Bulls come forward down the left as they look for another opening. Duncan has it once again. This time plays it back to the skipper Sean Nealis. And now it's on to his goalkeeper Miura, who's happy to put his boot through it and send it forward, but it's picked up by Krivistov, who chips it out to his left-hand side. Brought down by Jordi Alba. Sent over halfway onto Sergio Busquets. Campagna. Now Busquets. Better by Inter Miami, who have it down their left-hand side. Sunderland onto Jordi Alba. Alba crosses from the left of the 18-yard box. And again wins it back, Jordi Alba. But this time he's beaten to it, but Sergio Busquets mops up the proceedings and manages to get the ball out towards the right-hand side. Inter Miami need to find 2 goals if they're to manage a point, or 3 if they're to secure all 3. So the ball is chipped forward, and this time a free kick is awarded to the away side. There will be 2 changes now for Inter Miami. Afonso and Bright are ready for action. Robert Taylor leaves the field of play as one of the players to make way, and there will also be no further action for Lawson Sunderland. Free kick now to the Herons, just short of halfway. Now this is Sergio Busquets. Just over half an hour to play at the Red Bull Arena. The New York Red Bulls leading Inter Miami by 2-0. First opportunity for the substitute Brighton. This time he played it forward, and Julian Gressel had just felt the effects of that challenge. Now the New York Red Bulls looking to win the ball back as Jordi Alba chips it out to the left-hand side. Now plays it infield. Luis Suarez was looking to play through to Leandro Campagna, and now Inter Miami win it back with Bright, who's done well. He's managed to pick out Sergio Busquets. Alba crosses from the left again. This time it's headed up in the air by Frank Amaya, but it's won back by the away side Inter Miami, who all of a sudden seem to be on the front foot. Noah Allen looks to play in his fellow teammate, and he's done well, Noah Allen, and played it into the path of Afonso, who has won his side a corner. So it will be an Inter Miami corner from the left-hand side. Can the Herons respond? Ball is played in. It's a rather deep one and headed down by Campagna, and this time the ball is played across, and the goalkeeper Miura had to get down to palm it away to safety. Luis Suarez it was, whose ball from the right hand side of the 18-yard box was palmed to safety by Miura. And now Jordi Alba will take the corner from the right hand side. The ball is played into the area. This time it's headed away by the New York Red Bull skipper Sean Nealis. This time Jordi Alba plays it forward. Space for Sergio Busquets, who dwells on it. And now the New York Red Bulls look to counter down their left-hand side. The space now, it's 4-on-4. Can the New York Red Bulls make it count? Lewis Morgan picks it up, plays the ball across, and this time Bright is there. But the ball comes out, and this time an effort is saved. It was Kyle Duncan who took the effort on the edge of the 18-yard box. And the goalkeeper, CJ Dos Santos for Inter Miami, got down to his left to palm it away to safety. And it will be a corner now to the New York Red Bulls from the right-hand side. That was a great opportunity for the home team to find a third goal. Referee just having a word or two just to make sure. Now, was there a handball in there? That's the question. The VAR have just taken a look and are happy for the corner to now be taken, as the ball is whipped in from the right-hand side, and Lewis Morgan was battling for it. And now it's chipped back into the area and watched out of play in the end by Noah Allen. There was just a short pause in proceedings as they just checked for a potential handball, but that wasn't the case, as the ball is given away by Noah Allen. And now Frank Amaya plays it out to his left-hand side. Carmona on the left, from the left-hand side of the Inter Miami 18-yard box. This time the Herons win it back. Bright has it and plays it out to his right-hand side, sent forward, played on by Leandro Campagna, the 21-year-old Ecuadorian and formerly of Wolverhampton Wanderers, but did not make an appearance for the West Midlands side during his time in the Premier League. He was a fan favourite at Fort Lauderdale. Throwing now to the New York Red Bulls down their left-hand side inside the Inter Miami half. But the ball is back inside the home team's half and now given away, and now there's space for Afonso. Plays it out to his left. Luis Suarez crosses it in from the left, and this time the ball is headed down by Campagna, and it's watched out for a goal kick by Miura. But again, as was with the first half, Inter Miami seeing plenty of the ball, having most of the possession, but are lacking when it comes down to the finished article in that final third. The New York Red Bulls still in control in terms of the scoreline, as the ball is fired downfield from the goal kick by Miura, this time headed down by Campagna. Ball is played out towards Luis Suarez down the left-hand side, but it's dealt with by the New York Red Bulls, and now the space for Sean Nealis. And the ball is kept alive, is it? It is, and this time the New York Red Bulls have it and bring it forward from the left-hand side of the 18-yard box. A shot is fired in, and it's 3-0 now. And that is surely game over. It's Dante, the player, who's got it. It was nice work down the left-hand side by Lewis Morgan to keep the ball alive. And in fact, it looks as though the goal will be awarded to Lewis Morgan. He kept the ball alive, Lewis Morgan, and had one thing on his mind, and that was to bomb forward from inside the 18-yard box. It was held up by Morgan and Dante. It's just whether that ball was kept in by Lewis Morgan. Only half of the ball does in fact look out, so the goal will most likely stand, but Morgan picked it up, played the ball across, and again, this time Dante offloaded it, and it was finished off in the end by Winkelmann Carmona, who gets his goal. A well taken goal into the bottom left hand corner. No chance again for CJ Dos Santos, and now the New York Red Bulls are in dreamland. 3-0 they lead against Inter Miami on 66 minutes on match day 6 of this new MLS season. The ball is chipped forward by Serhij Krivistov, and the New York Red Bulls are now going in search of a fourth. This is Thomas Avilés, the centre-back for Inter Miami. Plays it into the path of Krivistov, who sends it forward. Flicked on by Campagna, but Luis Suarez can't latch onto it, and this time the ball is played forward into the path of Dante, and Krivistov is there to clear it away. But it certainly is a bright spell this now for the New York Red Bulls. While going in search of a fourth goal, it will be a throw-in to the home side, deep inside the Inter Miami half from the right. Inter Miami heads do look down, and Will be a corner, in fact, to the New York Red Bulls from the right-hand side. Frank Amaya to take it. Ball is a rather deep one into the area, and the referee has brought proceedings to a halt because he has spotted an offside in there. And it will be a free kick now to Inter Miami, and a chance for the Herons to play it forward. But it was nice play moments before, and well kept in by Lewis Morgan, who beat Julian Gressel for place down the left-hand side before cutting the ball back to Dante before Winkelmann Carmona finished. The New York Red Bulls move off, firing beyond CJ Dos Santos. Now this is Noah Allen for Inter Miami. Comes forward on his left foot, plays it over the halfway and onto Jordi Alba down the left. Ball is played forward into the path of Campagna, and it's fair to say that's a splendid tackle by Kyle Duncan. And now the ball is floated forward, and Dante's inside the area, cuts the ball back, and this time it is 4 for the New York Red Bulls. Just when it looked as though Inter Miami was going to grab a goal back at the other end, the New York Red Bulls broke clear, and the ball was played across from the right-hand side of the 18-yard box into the path of Lewis Morgan, who fires low beyond CJ Dos Santos and into the right-hand side of the goal. And Lewis Morgan will take the match ball home, because it's 3 goals now for the Scots. It's a fine New York Red Bulls move. No foul, and the ball was played forward in the end by Andreas Reyes. Dante did well. He looked up from the right-hand side of the 18-yard box, and he found his fellow teammate and the former Inter Miami forward, Lewis Morgan, all alone, and he did the rest. The former Celtic youngster firing beyond CJ Dos Santos, and with 20 minutes to go, it's the New York Red Bulls 4, Inter Miami 0. Now this is Serhij Krivistov, who gives it away, and can't find a 5th goal, can they, the New York Red Bulls? Ball is played forward, and this time Campagna finds his teammate Afonso. Now Jordi Alba into the path of Sergio Busquets. Campagna back to the Sabadell-born Sergio Busquets, now 36 years of age. Free kick though to Inter Miami from the left of the halfway line. Noah Allen now plays it back to Krivistov. Ukrainian out to his right onto Thomas Avileth, and now gets the ball back, the former Shakhtar Donetsk centre-back. Inter Miami's Jordi Alba has it down the left, and this time headed down by his teammate Luis Suarez, who looks down at the turf. Now this is CJ Dos Santos, who's between the sticks for the Herons this afternoon in place of Drake Callender, who is on international duty with the USA. Now Sergio Busquets over the halfway line and out to Jordi Alba, whose ball is played forward into the area, and it's into the grasp of the New York Red Bulls goalkeeper Miura, an experienced American in goal for the hosts. He fires it downfield with just over a quarter of an hour to play, as the New York Red Bulls come forward, but players stopped momentarily because Sergio Busquets has just taken an arm in the face and looks a bit dazed following that coming together with the New York Red Bulls. Frank Amaya. Now Inter Miami have it inside their half with Noah Allen, who looks up and plays it out to his left-hand side. Now Jordi Alba gives it back to Sergio Busquets. Alfonso looking to challenge for the ball, and this time it's fired straight back to CJ Dos Santos. He plays it out to Thomas Eile. Now Dos Santos again into the path of Sergio Busquets. Busquets plays it out to the left-hand side onto his fellow teammate Jordi Alba, and Luis Suarez just calling for a handball and gets the decision. There will be 2 substitutes now for Inter Miami. Number 82, Casas, will enter the fray, and there will also be an opportunity for Ryan Saylor, who will take up his normal position in the defence to replace Thomas Eile, and Julian Gressel, the Frenchman, makes way for Jose Casas. Now this is Sergio Busquets out to his right-hand side into the centre circle. Krivistov plays it into the path of Campagna. Now Busquets over to the left-hand side. Space now for Jordi Alba on the left of the 18-yard box. Chips it across and it's headed away. Then played down rather neatly by Busquets. Noah Allen has it centrally inside the New York Red Bulls half, the Inter Miami midfielder. Now this is Jose Casas, first touch for the newly introduced substitute. Now Sergio Busquets. The Inter Miami midfielder sends it forward and it's chested down by Luis Suarez. This time Busquets gets it back. Plays it into the path of Jordi Alba. Alba looking to win it back, and this time the ball is put out of play and Alba holds his hands up and can't keep it in. So it will be a throw-in now to the New York Red Bulls down their right-hand side, inside the home team's half. And it's 5 goals now for Lewis Morgan this season, who is ahead of Luis Suarez and Giannis Giacomakis, the Greek forward of FC Dallas. Now this is Serhij Krivistov. Plays it on to Noah Allen. Allen does well and brings it forward over halfway on his left foot. Picks out Sergio Busquets. Gets the ball back, the American Noah Allen. Jordi Alba then infield. And this time, no foul so far. Alfonso plays it into the path of Noah Allen, and it's a goal for Inter Miami. The New York Red Bulls were wanting a foul, but they didn't get it, and Inter Miami continued their run down the left. It was nice work by the youngster Alfonso, who slid the ball into the path of Noah Allen from inside the 18-yard box from the left. Ball was stolen by Alfonso, and Allen chipped it rather neatly over goalkeeper Miura in the New York Red Bulls goal, and it finds that left-hand side of the net. And now Inter Miami have reduced the arrears, but it still looks a long way back for the Florida outfit, who still trail by 4-1, with just 12 minutes of normal time left to play in this first half. And the referee has in fact been told to go over to the monitor to have a look at this, and it looks as though the goal has in fact been chalked off. Just taking a look to see if that is the final decision, and if that is the case, the goal has in fact been chalked off. Nealis, the New York Red Bulls right back, is just having a word or two with the referee, because he believes if the goal doesn't stand, then a yellow card should be awarded to Afonso, but the referee has just in fact chalked off the goal, so it won't stand, and it still remains 4-0 by the New York Red Bulls, who are in total control in these final 12 minutes. A couple of changes now for the hosts as they look to freshen things up in these latter stages of this matchday 6 contest. And in fact, they are bringing on Julian Hall, who is a midfielder by trade, and he has in fact been targeted by several big clubs across Europe. Real Madrid, Football Club Barcelona, and the likes of Manchester United, Manchester City, Arsenal and Chelsea are all after the youngster, who does in fact turn 16 tomorrow. He's been touted as the next big prodigy to emerge in the MLS, and now gets 11 minutes under his belt, and another opportunity to shine for the New York Red Bulls as Inter Miami have the ball down the left hand side. Noah Allen, whose goal was ruled out, plays the ball all the way back to Serhij Krivistov, and now the ball is sent forward, but it's out of play, and it will be a throw in now to the New York Red Bulls down their left hand side, just short of the halfway line. And first touch for the youngster, who can bring the ball forward and plays it out to the left hand side. Chance now perhaps for a cross, and now Frank Amaya plays it on to Lewis Morgan, who will take home the match ball at the end of the contest following his 3 goals. Now Inter Miami look to find a way out, but as soon as they win the ball back, they're hounded by the New York Red Bulls. But this is Leandro Campagna, who plays it over the halfway and out to the left hand side. Luis Suarez looking for options, plays the ball short to Jordi Alba and then gets it back. Now Alba once again. 9 minutes to go in this contest. Inter Miami have plenty of work to do on the training field next time. Plenty of work for Gerardo Martino, the Argentinian who took over from Phil Neville at the end of last campaign. A wise move by David Beckham and all those connected with Inter Miami, given the influx of South American stars and the Spanish contingent in the Inter Miami ranks, as the New York Red Bulls have it at the back and play it forward. This is Frank Amaya, who fires it deep inside the Inter Miami half down the left hand side, and now it's picked up by Lewis Morgan, who is bundled off it by Noah Allen, and now Inter Miami look to find a way out. Luis Suarez gives it away this time. Ball drifts out now for a throw in to Inter Miami down their left hand side, inside the away team's half, and now played forward by Krivistov. Space perhaps for Leandro Campagna, who takes a touch and then gives it away straight back to Lewis Morgan. This time Inter Miami win the ball back. Jordi Alba picks it up inside the Inter Miami half, plays it into the centre circle, but the ball is given away once again, rather cheaply, back to the New York Red Bulls. Lewis Morgan battles to win it back, but Jordi Alba beats him to it. Now this is Afonso, Jordi Alba again, and this time he gives it straight to Frank Amaya. The Red Bulls coming forward down their right-hand side. Into Miami, looking to win it back, and this time Jordi Alba concedes a free kick and fires the ball away in frustration. Free kick to the New York Red Bulls down their right-hand side. Jordi Alba just barging Harper off the ball, and in kicking the ball away will receive a yellow card. The 36-year-old who was born in La Hospitalet, a small province on the outskirts of Barcelona. Referee draws the magic spray onto the floor of the pitch, and the free kick can be taken from the right-hand side. The yellow card has also been shown to Noah Allen for something which he said to the referee. Now this is Amaya who floats it in, and this time it's gathered by CJ Dos Santos, who quickly fires it forward as he looks to get Luis Suarez on his way, but it's out of play, and then Luis Suarez grabs the ball and then throws it out in towards the stands. And as mentioned, he's already been booked, Luis Suarez, who's will have a word from the referee just to watch his step